For whether black or white, they all were created by God Almighty. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. Into the episode, let's dive into African ladies who got married to the white. Well, we say to the white or to the Asian. It could be the Chinese people, it could be, whichever countries. But here, there's a big details, and what we're bringing to you is very important. Just sit tight while we do this together. For over the decades, black women have seen as less in racial race. They have been seen as, and also got criticized, and many of them were being tagged as dirty, and many were being tagged as uneducated, and many of black women were being tagged as slave. Could this statement be true or false? Well, today's clip you will be seeing most of the black women who are actually tagged, and many of them, you note that they are not being tagged as slave, okay? They have been, loved by their husband whom they got married to. According to research, they say that they are being, being tagged as being seen as less, and they're not being appreciated by their husband. But I tell you, most black women who got married to either the Chinese people or either the Asian or wherever the white men, they are usually being taken care of, and they are usually being welcomed by the community and even the society at large. In the corridor of love, there is no hatred. In the corridor of love, there is no going back. And in the corridor of love is always laughter, smile, and even enjoyment that you're in. You will look at this clip, you note that our African ladies are usually and mightily enjoying their homes. For many that thinks that, they are not being welcomed, they are not being appreciated, should watch this particular clip, and more of it which will be proceeding in a subsequent edition. For black women nowadays in the 21st century are being appreciated, and they are not abused. They are being seen as other women. It's just the color. For the difference of color cannot be done love. For the difference of appearance cannot be done love. For the difference, of speech cannot be done love. And even language barrier cannot be done love. In understanding, love goes a long way to create a language even which the couples understood more than any languages. For where you found your peace and the peace of your mind, you rest there. There are some persons who cannot stay in the midst of white men, yes, while there are some other persons who can stay in the midst of white men. And there are some other persons who love, marrying from the blacks. Let me say the blacks marrying the blacks and the whites marrying the blacks. The whites, and also let me use this, Africans marry Africans, and also let's use for example the Chinese people marrying the Chinese. There are a lot of them, and also there are a lot of them who brought discrimination, condemning the fact that the black women or Africans women are going further to marry let's say the Chinese people, for example, or the country or the Asian. Yes, there are some persons who are criticizing those ladies that leave their fatherland and leave their country, leave their kindred, and go as far in marrying from other country. For them, they says they don't know what they're doing. According to some research, that those black women, were being criticized. They'll be handled and seen as slave and seen as people that are unwise. More about this, I think you can drop it at the comment section, because the rate in which these black women have been, criticized from, their kindred is so alarming. Many says that they are going there for slave, they have been used, and they are not being welcomed by the community, and they are not even having a good life. But according to a clip, and even you can look at African ladies, they are so much happy. They are filled with joy. As you can see here, she's so much happy, to have gotten married to a white husband. And the birds are living peacefully, So if you have more to say about it, you can drop it at the comment section. For most people being married from the same country or from the same state or from the same country cannot, should I say ventures or come out to say we are having 100% marriage. When it comes to marriage, it goes a long way, and it's a great institution which needs should I say patience to understand. It also needs a kind of yes, patience, prayerful. You just need to be prayerful, because you don't know the home you're landing into. You just need to be prayerful so as you land into the right home. And for those who are criticizing those black ladies, or those African ladies who choose to spend the rest of their life with the with the white men, I think they are not doing any good. They're not doing any best to themselves, and even to their community, and even to the country, because every human have what should I say, their decision to make, and nobody would choose for anyone. You should just I think they should just step back and correct the statement, because, and I think that those ladies being married to the white men, they're doing pretty cool, and most of them have been doing pretty well, apart from the fact that you see some of them working in the farm, and some of them having kind of activities which they're showing forth and doing. And for those also even who married within the African territory, let me say the Africans married to the Africans. A question, if I should ask a question, after marriage, do you just sit and start watching your husband? You have to work, okay? You have to take up the some of the working activities, like taking charge of the home, doing some of the cleaning, doing some of the cooking. It's your responsibility, except you just feel, oh, you don't want to do those things. You find aid, but in most part of the world, I think in outside they don't do that. The whites, they don't have like a kind of aid, like someone to be helping them. That is why you see those ladies or those black women took the heat and they do it themselves. I think that is not a taboo for the Africans. They will say how those black women, they're suffering, and you note that their husband, do not sit and then watch their women suffering. Their husband usually help and aid in cooking. Like if you check in our recent video, we're talking about the Chinese culture and tradition. You note that they usually help their wife to do one choice or the other. You hardly see a Chinese man that doesn't know how to cook. You hardly see a Chinese man that doesn't know how to prepare good meal. You hardly see a Chinese man that will just sit and then expect his wife to do everything for him. But rather, you see him helping out his African wife and helping out in doing one activities or the other. For me, I think that statement should be corrected, and I think there should be a kind of standard here, which, or should I say, upgrade of men, where people will see more about. If you check in our recent video, you see more about African lady being cared for, African lady being catered for, African ladies being welcomed, even in an environment where they find themselves. You see, some of them, even if they get married to, let's say African getting married to the African men, some of them will not be treated the way the whites are treating them. We had so many persons saying I'm upgrading, or I'm praising or supporting the whites. No, I'm not supporting anybody on this clank. Everyone have their decision to make. Whatever decision they make in life should not be should I say, a setback for someone to be abusing them or giving them a kind of statement that they are suffering, or they are having a kind of hard life. Sometimes in marriage you land into a certain family whereby the family are not doing well. What will you do if you find yourself there? If you find yourself in a silver spoon family, fine, or in a golden spoon family, good. If you happens to be in a family where they're not doing pretty cool, what will you do? Well, I think you should just be strong, and you should just take the bull by the horn and do that which you ought to do best. Alright, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're enlightened onto this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay cool for now. Bye for now.